So my dial is between a 5 and a 4. I've put 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of garlic. I'm gonna saute this a little bit. It's already starting to get a little brown, which is fine. Okay. Here I have a small onion and that I just cut in half and then I just sliced. To this, I'm going to add 1/4 cut and diced of red bell pepper, 1/4 cut and diced of green bell pepper. I'm going to lower this down to a 3. And we're going to saute this for about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to bring in the chicken. I've had my chicken marinating for about 2 to 3 hours. My usual, of course, is a little bit of raw apple cider vinegar, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of Naranja Agria, and then I seasoned it with the adobo. Here I just have chicken breast. You can use any kind of cut of chicken that you like. You can use the thighs, the wings, whichever you want. It's your preference, obviously. I'm saving the rest for another dish, so I'm going to put that back in the fridge. Now I'm going to bring this back up to a 5, between a 6 and a 5. I'm going to put the lid on this for about 15 minutes. I'm going to lower the dial between a 4 and a 3, and we'll be back. It's been 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add my Sazon. Again, because it's a chicken dish, I'm using Sazon with saffron. I'm going to use 2 packets of that. One tablespoon of oregano. Here, I'm adding two tablespoons of Sofrito. this a little stir. Now I'm going to add the chicken stock. I'm adding 2 cups. Leaving that off to the side because I am going to use the chicken stock to make my yellow rice with. So we're going to give this a little stir. Going to take a little check on the flavor. Has a little bit of flavor. Let's go ahead and do the adobo. So here I am sprinkling. Again, you have to take it in slow increments of putting the seasoning of the adobo because you don't want this to become a salty dish. Make sure you stir it around. It's coming around. I would give it another round of adobo and that should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and add my half a can of tomato sauce. Before I do that, let me just check it on the flavor one more time. That's good on the flavor. Let's go ahead and add half a can of tomato sauce. Here I have 6 small potatoes that I cut in chunks. So you can see they're not small pieces. So I'm going to add that. That's small potatoes that I'm using. For this dish, I like to add the carrots. My son will probably just not eat them, of course, but that's okay. But I do add that into this dish because it's a stew. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add, again, the olives with the peppers and the capers. So that's like 1 drop there, 2, and 3. I'm gonna add my bay leaves. That's a small one there, so I'll just add that as. So here's your 4. Okay, so this is on a 4. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to cook this for another 20 minutes. So it's already been 20 minutes. My stew has thickened up, which is great. I've already turned the stove off and let it sit, so it kind of started thickening on its own in the process of on the stove. I made my yellow rice. My yellow rice is 2 cups of long grain rice with the leftover chicken stock that I used, and I made sure to give it the exact ratio of water to my rice, and I added Sazon with saffron in it. Now let's plate it. And here is your dish already plated. So as you can see, I'm gonna take a bite into this because, of course, I'm gonna get a little bit of chicken, carrot, this is delicious. I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as I do. Happy cooking.